Hi, we're here at ArabNet. We have Elias Ghanem from PayPal. Hi, Elias.
مرحبا.
So let's talk a little bit about transaction in the region and how many transactions are you getting on PayPal from the region on a monthly basis?
So we don't disclose any specific information on a per country basis, but what I can tell you today is we believe the e-commerce in the region is some $9 billion, and we feel that we are today capturing 5% of it. All numbers are quite difficult to find, but today we have a significant growing business. More than the number of transactions I'm capturing, I think it's the year-on-year growth that is important.
Yeah.
And we are seeing an extremely healthy double-digit year-on-year growth.
Yeah.
So it's building up very well.
So you're getting more of a person-to-person transaction or person-to-merchant transaction?
In fact, we are only getting business transactions. So people buying online or merchants selling online. We do not do P2P transactions.
So to where do you see the volume of transactions in the Middle East going?
So I'm seeing it, in fact, rather than going, I'm seeing it coming. So today we do 10 times more of money going out of the region, i.e. you and I buying and from goods and services outside. But much less of you and I buying from merchants in the region. I'm seeing this trend slowly, but hopefully surely turning around and having more and more merchants in the region selling, either to people in the region or to people from outside the region. And that's my hope, and that's what we are working on with the merchants and giving them PayPal as a payment option to grow their receiving business.
So I guess the biggest challenge is changing the user behavior, the Arabic user behavior, and trying to educate him how to spend money online.
Right.
So what's the steps that PayPal is taking to change that?
The biggest behavior that the whole ecosystem must change if it wants to grow is in 3 letters, COD, cash on delivery. Today it's growing, the e-commerce is growing, but it's the growth of COD, of cash on delivery, is dramatically growing. It's growing much faster than the percentage of the total e-commerce growing. Cash on delivery is basically a lack of trust. People are not sure that you will deliver the goods to me. So in order to guarantee myself that I will be delivered, I'd rather say, send me the goods, I look at it on the spot and I pay. The problem that the market is facing is I am limited by the cash I have in my pocket when you come to me. I must be at home. And what we are seeing a lot is people saying, I don't want the goods anymore. I don't like it. Now imagine this, I don't like it, or I don't have money, or I am not at home from a logistic point of view. It's a nightmare. This is a lot of goods returning. This is goods back and forth, and each travel costs money. This is goods that are going back to the warehouse until you call back and you complain, and we have to deliver them back to you. What we want to do with PayPal is increase the trust while the payment happens before delivery. And to that we have a product called, or a service called buyer protection. The buyer, you as a buyer, are protected that if I don't ship you the goods, you are protected, we pay you back. But also, if what we ship you is not what you ordered, because we made it wrong, we pay you again. You can always tell, the merchant can always say, no, I delivered, look, I have the proof of delivery. Yeah, but the buyer will tell you, I did not ask for an iPod, I asked for an iPad. You give me an iPod, take it back, get me the money back to me. As we build the trust, cash on delivery will decrease, cost of shipping, handling back and forth will decrease, e-commerce will grow.
Yeah. So I guess these steps can be applied to us pushing the e-commerce ecosystem in the region.
Without any doubt.
Yeah. So we are seeing a huge mobile penetration in the region. So what about mobile payments?
It's growing exponentially in one single word. And to do that, I'm going to give you 2 data. One around the global and one about the MENA region. In 2012, PayPal did $145 billion of volume, people trading online. 10% of this 145 has been done through a mobile device, 14 billion. The year before, in 2011, we did only 4 billion. So it went from 4 to 14. Kind of significant, right? And that's 10%. And this is the global data. Now bring it here, bring it home, we are seeing the same 10%. It's amazing to see how this region is adopting smartphone as a connectivity, but also as a payment solution.
So this is a face-off question. What's the difference between PayPal and any other payment service provider?
So I would say multiple things. First of all, the trust that we bring in the entire ecosystem. Today, there is no other payment solution that could say that they have 125 million active users online and have 10 million merchants registered online. That's its uniqueness. Second, so it's the network. Second is the trust. All these people are exchanging $145 billion of volume, kind of significant. And lastly, it's how convenient it is. You are moving away from typing 16 digits of your credit card, first name, last name, address, CVV2, which is the small number on the card, expiry date, plus the one-time password that your bank will send you, whatever security they have in place, to just an email and a password. So for me, network, global network, security behind it, and convenience is what makes PayPal very different.
So a huge part of our audience is startup founders, and I guess they're really worried about operations. So let's say I am a startup founder in e-commerce, and I'm shipping my products to Egypt, to Lebanon, to Jordan, to Saudi Arabia. So how I'll be collecting the money from different countries? We all know that each country have different regulations. So what's the policy at PayPal?
So let me look at you and answer this. I think as you build your business online, you have to think on three things for me. One is customer experience. Shipping is one of them, logistics. Second is payment. And third is overall satisfaction. The shipping, the logistics, the customer experience is what will make you or break you in terms of reputation. Payment is what will make you or break you in terms of cash flow. Overall experience is what will make you to allow you to grow. In the first case, engage the logistic companies. We have a strategic partnership with Aramex, for instance, which we believe is the leader in the region. There are others as well. When it comes to payment, consider never paying setup costs, never considering paying deposits, never consider paying maintenance costs. Banks are benefiting from you by doing that. You have to pay what you must pay to transact. Transaction cost is what makes the system work, but there is no reason to pay deposits. There is no reason to pay setup cost. There is no reason to pay monthly maintenance cost. Finally, reputation over all experience is what will make you sure that from A to Z, everything goes well, trust builds up, reputation builds up, business builds up.
Yeah. So I guess we've come to the other part of the question is how can startup founders who operate in different countries collect their monies from their customers?
Of course. So in fact, when I talk payment is about that. So it's nothing more, if they were to open a PayPal account, we don't charge any deposit, any maintenance, any setup. Money comes to, you are the buyer, I am the merchant, you buy from my website, I have a PayPal account. The money is on my PayPal account, and now what I do, either I use the money in my PayPal account to buy again from another store around the world, or I withdraw it. In the region, today you can withdraw it to a Visa card, only a Visa card, that has enabled the withdraw functionality. So check with your bank, you will be able to withdraw to a Visa card. What is coming in the next few months is we will be enabling banks, withdraw to banks. So whatever is your bank, whatever country you are, you will link your PayPal account to your bank, to your local bank, and you will put the money in your bank account.
So the startup will be getting money from Saudi Arabia, from Egypt, from Cairo, and all these money will be linked to the bank account of the startup in Jordan.
For instance, so it will not be linked to the bank directly, it will come to the PayPal account. So now you have a balance in your PayPal account. 100 from here, 100 from here, 100 from here, 300. The 300, either I withdraw them today, I can withdraw them to a Visa card, or more than anything else, I can use the balance to buy from a merchant in China. What will come as we go in 2013, country per country, it won't happen everywhere at the same time, you will be able to withdraw it to your local bank. Money in your PayPal balance, you will decide when to withdraw it to your local bank.
So let's talk a little bit about fraud transactions. We all know that PayPal has a really cool algorithm that can detect fraud in the system and can analyze it. So can you did you find any cool or weird behavior in the Arabic user transaction?
So not
fraud transactions?
We haven't seen anything abnormal in the community in the Middle East that we haven't seen anywhere else. The PayPal system is global. We are in 190 countries. So imagine that any fraudster from anywhere in the world tried to come to our system. So logically, this gives us a unique place to learn all the tricks and get the right protection. At PayPal, we always put the customer at front, the customer experience. So we want to make sure that his experience is the best from an experience as well from a safety. So while banks and card scheme add more and more layer of securities, we had the 2FA some time back, now we have the 3D secured, and we had each brand has its own security system. PayPal has always had only email and password. Seems to be easy, right, to hack it. Having said that, it's the safest way today because everything is behind the scene. We invest a lot of time, money, efforts in technology, in algorithm, in scrutiny of the buyers, of the sellers, to make sure that the entire PayPal wallet, the entire loop within PayPal is extremely safe for everyone.
Yeah. So we know you're exposed to online payments and online transaction in the region. So do you see anything specific about the Arabic user? What are they spending on the most? Are they
That's a very good question.
Fashion or technology?
So, and that's between us, don't share it.
Sure.
Well, Middle Eastern spend a lot on digital goods. I am amazed by the percentage of digital goods versus physical goods. And my interpretation is of two kinds. One is shipping to the region is not easy. So people tend to, while digital goods, you don't need to have it shipped. So I am feeling that people are doing more and more digital goods. One, because there is more online gaming, online music, or whatever you do online, but also because that does not require shipping. So it's roughly a little bit more than 50% digital, a bit less than 50% physical. When we look at physical goods, we are seeing a huge percentage on eBay. And surprisingly, it's the motor industry, the cars, car parts is significant. But if I take this one, because it must be a very specific niche, Middle Eastern shop the same thing that everybody else. They buy books, they buy electronics, they buy fashion. Now, a message here to all our entrepreneurs. People are buying from outside because they're not finding locally what they are looking for. When we see that today in our business, they are buying from Turkey, they are buying from Europe, they are buying from the US, it's not because it's cooler to buy there, it's because we are not finding it here. And I cannot believe that we don't have better fashion, better quality, better service next door, and we need to go outside. If they're going outside, it's because we are not reaching to them with what we have here.
So that was really great, Elias. Thank you for your time, and it's a pleasure to have you in TechSpurs.
Thank you very much. Thank you.